Mode. All right, let me share my browser. All right, everyone. Welcome to the November 25th, 2025 iteration of the MicroProfile Live Hangout. A link to the meeting minutes is not in the chat, is it? Let me put it in the chat. Pudding, ding. Come on, Jan. Come on, get with it. That's usually what you do. Anyway,
What?
I pasted it in. Uh, let's see. Please click on the link, add your name, and it's everyone's shared responsibility to take notes. This recording will find its way to YouTube. Okay. Today's topics I've got scheduled are a little bit about the program plan ballot, steering committee call. Emily, do you want to talk about the spec committee, Jakarta spec committee namespace?
Yeah, can do that.
Okay, and then we got to talk a little bit about remaining budget. And that's kind of what I have for today's topics. Sound good?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Actually, let me do one other thing. So I gotta find which monitor. Okay, there you are. All right. All right. The program plan ballot passed. There it is. So we're all good. The program plan is going to move forward for 2026, although we'll see how much of it actually gets executed based on the Jakarta discussions. Um, for the next steering committee call, we have targeting December 9th. We're kind of chatting back and forth with Sharon just to figure out a good time, because of the holidays. So at this call, she'll be discussing the 2026 financial plan. Just remember that that part discussing the financial plan will not be recorded. So if you can, please attend in person. Um, let's
By
see. Oh,
the
we have the
way,
charter. Hmm?
do we have a recording of the last steering committee call? Because there was no event on the calendar, and also in the minutes, I don't found a link for recording.
Let me double check. That's if that might be a bug on my part. Either let me make sure I've uploaded them. I'm a little bit behind, or I might have forgotten to do that specific one, but I'll get that uploaded.
Thanks.
Yep. Um, before we get into the charter update, um,
Or can I just quickly say something?
sure.
For December 2nd, whether you can see my typing. Uh, so it's so next week there will be a Jakarta one live stream 2nd December. So I suggest we cancel MP technical call so that folks can attend the Jakarta
Oh,
one
that's
live.
a good point.
Yeah, I will send the email to the Google group as well and working group.
Okay,
Yeah,
can you remove the calendar entry?
yeah, I will also delete the calendar
Okay.
entry as well. Yeah, I will do it now before I forget. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Um, so let's see. What do we want to cover first? I'm trying to think if we want to cover let's cover the budget because it's got to be done by this calendar year. So I've been chatting with Emily Truden and Clark. Clark's going to cut the PO for the tutorial update. So that's $3,500. That leaves us with what, 4,500 that we have to spend between now and the end of the year. Um, I know Emerson has gotten involved in that in the past. I don't see Emerson on the call, but we've been talking about swag. So the question is $4,500. I don't usually get involved in the swag purchases, but that seems like a lot for swag. Um, what are folks' thoughts about the $4,500 balance that we have in our marketing budget?
How much is it?
4,500. It should be 4,500 because we haven't. Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at 8,000. Hold on, I'm looking at the wrong line item.
Yeah, it should be the marketing is 10K. How much have we used?
Yeah, 3,500
So
as far as I know. Yeah.
so then we have 6,000.
Oh, sorry.
Let's buy swag, I will say, if we're not doing anything else. And because we do have new, if MicroProfile disappears next year sometime, I hope it doesn't, but whatever it happens, then it would be the last times. It would be like the last shirts that we will print with the newest partners. So it makes like sense to do it. Practical momenta. That would be my preference.
What specific?
So there's still the mechanics then of. I'm sorry, who was that? Was it
Oh,
David?
that was David. Yeah, I was just saying, what specific swag and how are we distributing it?
The Eclipse Foundation takes care of it, and Emerson is the mediator. They ship it to all the members directly, and they print it. We have no access to use our vendors or anything. The Eclipse Foundation will do all the work.
Yeah, but probably they can print a lot in the US, maybe related to a conference, and one to the OCX that will be in Brussels next year. So distributing the European receivers from the European continent can solve a lot of these customs problems and delivery problems we had in the past.
Yeah, we can mention that. Emerson, because he's the committee rep, could mention that, but we have no accounting sway on how the Eclipse Foundation decides to do the spending. They have made it clear that we don't have a say. We can only provide our designs, the specifications for the tickets, the stickers, and things like that, but then they do the rest.
So is it primarily shirts or hoodies that we would be interested in?
We should do both.
Well, how about conference sponsorship?
What
Yeah,
is
Conference sponsorship?
It sounds like a good idea, but right now MicroProfile's future is in the winds, and we can't commit to anything, to anyone, because our future as a working group is uncertain. So the easiest is, and the most efficient, given where we are right now, is swag.
I just want to point out that the comment of the future is not necessarily relevant because we're talking about this year's budget that has to be spent.
Yeah, I think the issue though is if it's this year's budget that we spend next year on a conference,
that wouldn't work.
it's still kind of next year when we would be executing the sponsorship.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't work.
Are they going to allow us to carry that money forward into next year to spend?
They do not.
Yeah, that's a problem.
They do not. They want all the money to be spent and up to December 31st.
So aside from issuing a refund, is there anything
Yeah,
else
but conferences can invoice this year if that's an issue.
No, Roberto, the point is that we do not know where MicroProfile is going to be next March, or February or June. So we cannot commit to that. And there is no way for us to navigate that clearly,
Yeah, and we couldn't even say, well, let's just, use it as a Jakarta sponsorship. We can't even do that.
No, we cannot. So I say, and we have, it will be nice because we do have a new member, right? It would be nice to have the guest members and the regular members and the t-shirt printed, and just like, if MicroProfile disappears next year, that would be the last print that we will do.
I thought we couldn't put company logos on the
Of course we do.
swag
We
anymore.
always do.
No, we are not allowed to do
Yeah,
it
that's
anymore.
that. Don't you remember that, beautiful?
I actually do not remember because the t-shirts are,
Yeah, no,
traveling. So I
they
haven't,
totally ripped. They totally said the sponsors, the people who pay for the shirts, can't be on the shirts.
but last time they did print it because we pushed really
If
hard.
they changed their mind,
Yeah, we
I don't
pushed
recall that.
and they printed them.
But just anyway, throwing some stuff out there. It would be kind of nice to have a MicroProfile mug to drink out of and
Oh my goodness, yes.
look at it and go, "Gosh, remember when that was a thing?"
Yes. We could add
Water
t-shirt,
bottle.
a mug, like a coffee. That's a great idea.
It'd be great to have like a nice blue one, like color of our, our blue with the yellow on there, just like a blue and yellow. Good
I will love
color.
it. Right
Yeah,
now,
that's a great idea.
yeah,
M
right now I'm drinking.
stand for MicroProfile.
Yes.
Is it someone? I think a few years ago, someone suggested a MicroProfile user group mug. Yeah. Do we have the time to do the design for the mug?
Yes, we do have the time because we don't go off until when is it, John, that we go off?
Yeah.
What did I put in the notes? I gotta scroll up
I
here.
know.
The 15th. That's
Okay,
how short my memory is.
Yeah, we do have the time, and I can make sure to file a ticket today and assign Ryan to it and say the color, the blue and yellow, and prepare the t-shirts and the logo and the hoodies. But we need to decide right now if this is what we want to do. 6,300.
I mean, I think it'd be nice to have a mug.
Yeah.
Just it would at least be nice to have like one. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the idea of, if we could do shirts, mugs, and I still like the idea of a hoodie.
We had nice
For the
hoodies
shirts,
in the past.
what was that?
It was the EclipseCon, the Eclipse Foundation. That's 2 years ago or so, or 3 years ago. The Eclipse Foundation printed hoodies that were really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Blue hoodies with a logo on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we
Also-
could do that, and then for the shirt, I wouldn't mind going retro and having the Duke. Remember the
Can you
The other, sorry, the other.
Sorry, Emily. Let me just finish this. John, I have the t-shirt, you have the t-shirt, but mine is in the storage because I'm not traveling. So can you create the ticket for the t-shirt and add the photo of what we have on that one?
Yeah, let me step away for like 30 seconds and see if I can grab it. Just to show
Okay.
everybody.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Emily. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, the other idea is socks, MicroProfile socks. So normally at conferences, socks is very popular.
Do you wear them?
Yeah, I wear the nowadays I wear conference socks.
We don't travel so much, so if I'm in Europe, I wear socks, but they're cashmere. So you know what I mean? It's cold. So I'm very picky, right?
Well, cashmere MicroProfile socks then.
Exactly. You've just listed requirements. That's not.
Yeah. You just list the
That's not an
requirement.
obstacle. That's a requirement.
Yeah, that will use all the budget. The Tommy Track t-shirts
Or sandals.
it's
MicroProfile sandals.
That would be cool.
Sandals are way more difficult because of sizes. But
Sorry, I'm wearing a Node.js shirt today. I feel like a traitor. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Oh, that's a very old
no.
one. That's
Yeah, it's got the old logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the old logo. We cannot use that one.
Yeah, I know.
We can use the Duke. So can you create that ticket? We need tickets for the mug, one ticket for the mug, one ticket. I can do the mug ticket. Or Bayo, if you want to do the mug ticket, you can do it.
Man, I don't want to do any tickets.
Okay, I will on it.
Yeah.
Emily, do you want? And I can do John is going to do the t-shirt, and I can do the hoodie.
Thanks
Now,
to
what are you
Emily.
holding up?
I have
Yeah.
one of these.
I like socks. I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That was the one you gave me, Emily, because I didn't receive the box for iJack. That's the one with the printed logos on the back.
Correct. We fought for it, and we will fight again.
Yeah, those
And
are shirts that we printed.
Microsoft disagreed to share the logo, so we need to print a status code, an HTTP status code instead of the logo. For example,
they agreed at the end. They just didn't know.
Okay.
They didn't know, but they got approval. Everyone approved logos last time. We went through it, and every member agreed. So this is why the logos were printed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So are we okay with this design if I open the ticket?
Yes. Just write it as using our regular logo in the back, and in the front MicroProfile. We can do the MicroProfile long logo in the back and in the front as well, but it needs to be the original logo that we have today because of trademark, you know.
We could also do it, the regular MicroProfile logo on the front and Duke on the back.
Oh, that would be.
What's that?
That would be amazing. What do we think about that idea?
Yeah, sounds good. So we should have the MicroProfile logo. Plus on the front. What about back? What you mean the Duke? Put a Duke on the back.
Put Duke on the back.
Put Duke on the back and MicroProfile logo on the front.
I think probably that's even better.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. John, do you know what to do? Assign it to it, and I review.
Okay.
And I can make sure that Ryan prioritizes this work and adds whatever needs to be added by next week.
Okay.
So this is a hoodie or t-shirt? We can do both. We will do the same t-shirt. The same t-shirt will be applicable to the hoodie. So John, you need to create 2 tickets.
This time, can I also place a requirement? Have a female size.
Extra small. I always get you 2 extra smalls. 2 extra smalls. Always.
Thank you. Even that, and some of them is still big.
Hey, so just timeline wise, we should contact the Eclipse Foundation because first of all, they're going to be off. They're probably not going to order all this stuff in December.
Yeah, but
as long as we have it budgeted and allocated, I think we're okay.
They just need to know that we know what to do with it.
Design wise, if there's a shirt, it's this. If there's a shirt and a hoodie's different than a shirt. Hoodie's got a zipper down the middle, so you can't use the same design. So you're gonna have to make.
We have done it before.
Let me talk. Let me talk just briefly. If we're gonna, I know we've done it before. But I'm just want to say, I want to get the full sentence out. It's a shirt, a hoodie, and a mug, and potentially socks. So that's 4 things that have to get designed. I know Ryan's got some vacation coming up. So probably the designs will be finished next year.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we can are confident of what we want and say this is what we're going to spend it on. And then we just need to make sure that Eclipse Foundation's okay with that plan. We can get the actual. We don't need to rush the designs.
We will finish the designs. I am going to make sure that we do that because we don't want problems with the Eclipse Foundation losing the budget. So
that's why I suggest we simply ask them what their deadlines are.
You're being. You know what? You're being too problematic and adding layers that are unnecessary. Do not worry about this. This will be done.
Well, here's what I'll do. Let me pose the question on the steering committee, Alias. I'll Or actually, this could even be the working group alias.
Yeah, do it. Do the working group.
About, here's what we want to do. Here's what we think our spend is. We'll allocate the numbers accordingly, the dollar figures, right, for each, and the quantities we'll have to figure out.
Yep.
We're working on the designs. Is this something that we can budget this year and execute on next year? I think the answer is going to be yes, based on past experience. And I think we should be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we are not, we will finish the designs this year because we do not want to lose the money. So I'm saying
No, well, we can't lose the money. We have to spend it.
yeah,
So-
exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I see no problem, but and John, definitely use the working group if you are going to send that message.
Yeah.
I think sending the messages is smart, but you know,
Okay. So we will. I'll do that. So I'm going to switch gears if that's okay.
So,
To
so John, before you switch gear, in a
Yes.
minute, can you note down how much money for the swags? Is it 3,500, right?
6,300.
Or 6,000?
6,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6,500
Yeah.
remaining in
Dollars.
profile.
Yes.
And then write
Budget.
shirt, hoodies, mugs, socks.
And John is going to create the t-shirt and the hoodie
Hoodie.
tickets, 2 tickets. Emily will create the socks tickets, we can do 100 socks. And then I will create the mug t-shirt, mug. I definitely will love a MicroProfile mug.
Well, I mean, honestly, one person could just file all the tickets.
So because John has the photo that we need for the t-shirt.
Yeah, but the designs will be coming. That's what, we don't want them to actually print. They don't care to they don't need to get the loose idea. They just need to get the designs when we're done with them.
Yeah.
I don't believe in procrastination. The tickets need to be created today so we can
I'm
start.
just saying it does provide a communication opportunity, an opportunity for a mistake where if we show designs that are not the designs we want printed.
But you're being
confusion
complicated
can
for
occur.
some reason. I don't understand why. We have done this in the past. There are never issues. I am telling you, trust the iterations. This is not the first rodeo.
All right.
But I think David has a point. The ticket is not that difficult. Is one person can create this 4 ticket will be fine. And
Well,
then
listen, I have no problem creating 4 tickets.
Yeah.
We can, we'll when I talk to or when I send the email to the working group alias, we'll say that we're working on the designs. We want to allocate the money.
Yeah.
Right, to do these
Yeah.
things. Now, they might have to get down to the level of detail of how much of which do you want to allocate, right? Is it like, $1,000 for mugs or whatever, right? I'm not sure what level of detail we'll need there, but that means we'll have to go to whatever store they want to use, look at the cost, and then divide it accordingly. So
Exactly.
so let's,
Because
let's get the email out and say this is what we want to do. And I'm assuming, like, who's the target for this? Is it the committers only? Are we sending this out for user groups? Like, what's the distribution mechanism?
I think committers would be great. Might be the last time they get any swag.
Committers and members.
What's member mean? Working group members?
Yeah,
means
everybody in
IBM.
our, yeah.
Bello, and your voice, your sound is too quiet. Can barely hear you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I can hear him
I can hear him
very
okay.
well, clearly, nice and clear.
Oh, okay. Committers and members. That includes
what's
yes,
members?
Working group members. I
Working group
think.
members.
Yeah, working group members.
Aren't they already committers?
No.
No,
Well,
I
not
think
all of
John.
them.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I think the other thing is if, for example, we have 100, 200 socks, for example, committer, we have leftover, and then we can distribute among the working group members.
So can somebody, let's see, how do we figure out how many members there are?
we
And then we have to do the logistics aspect of it.
I
yeah,
think 11. Is that 11?
no,
11 committers?
no,
No, I mean the working group members.
with
Oh,
Red Hat
primary and
Mod,
alternate.
9.
No,
And
what I just talk about the companies. How many?
oh, they should be in MicroProfile working group page. We should check that out. And we have about
Yeah, I already checked out. It's 11.
yeah. Did you
11
remove?
It's
entities.
12, but I don't know if we lost anybody. Garden State is a guest member, including guest members. It's 12.
Or if we include, and then that would be a 13 then.
Yeah, we will use we will add guest
Also
members
have
as
a
well.
committers,
Yeah. So we have how many? 12?
13.
13. There will be 13 working group members, and then we have about a little bit over 50 committers. The Eclipse Foundation ensures that they get the email addresses from the members. Usually Emerson helps with this as well. So this can be figured out on the side.
Okay, I'll write that up in the email. I'm gonna guess that we're probably somewhere around 75 if we have to throw a number out. If we have a few extra, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna now kind of switch back to the spec committee namespace ballot. Emily. You're on mute if you're speaking. Is it me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hear
I
you.
can.
Oh,
Yeah.
Emily, take it away. The namespace ballot.
Oh, the namespace. Yeah, so it's a namespace ballot generate a lot discussions. Majority of the vote is -1 with a namespace with a proposal about retaining namespaces. So the supporters, IBM, also the Tommy Tribe and Prampton. Also, Oracle saying is if we change the word, soften the word to be may, and they would be fine. The rest of the community want the namespace to be changed if a MicroProfile specs is brought to Jakarta EE land.
Do you have a
So
count? What does the rest mean?
the rest is still voting. The lately is in I will put the link to the
Okay.
yeah to the chat. Is there's a non-binding member and also the non-binding vote and also binding vote.
Yeah, it's clear it's not going to pass. And I did note that Oracle's suggestion of improvement creates a scenario where they want the project to decide what the namespace will be. And that basically means move MicroProfile over, create a project. Those committers can decide once it's in Jakarta what the namespace will be, which I understand doesn't address your concern, right? Because the goal, as I understood, is to get confidence before it's moved.
Yeah, the justification or thinking that Ed Broad had actually makes a lot of sense, right? So, some of these specs may integrate into other specs, right? Whether it's REST client or JWT and security, whatever, right? And the point is, within a spec, it makes sense to have namespace consistency. And so that's the use case that he's kind of basing this may wording on, right?
Is
It's
that
not more
I
generic
didn't
than
read
that.
that in his email. He must have had that must be another conversation, but I didn't see that in his email.
Yeah, that was in what was that? The technical call last week, I think.
Okay.
So, but that's the reasoning behind it.
Okay.
Yeah, which actually makes sense.
Yeah, for the binding members for the voting. Also, yeah, Oracle has this yeah suggestion. Also, PMC, Piara, Fujitsu, Shandong participant and committee rep, they all voted -1, and plus some a few non-binding votes
Yeah.
with one -1 for some other non-binding votes
Yeah,
also.
sorry, can you just list a few of them again?
PMC, Piara, Fujitsu, Shandong, participant rep and committee rep.
Yeah.
Sure, I don't know how to spell Shandong.
SHAN,
S-H-A-N?
yeah, DONG.
Yeah. Oh my God, I got it right. As long if it's one word. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so one comment that I want to give is that, and I did put that on the ballot as well, is I think I mean, this is a lost fight in the sense that if it moves, we know that they want to change the namespace. So I think we have to do some damage control at least. Um, the thing that Ed brought up, that was discussed like a long time ago, which I also agree in the sense that if there is a move and the namespace changes, you're just going to be a matter of time until discussion starts to merge specs into others, and then we have to go through another namespace change, right? Because one thing is renaming MicroProfile, REST client, wherever to Jakarta REST client, right? But then if that REST client gets merged to Jakarta REST, then you cannot be REST client anymore. It has to be Jakarta.rest. Wherever, right?
Right.
And obviously, what?
Yep. We agreed.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
I mean, potentially we're just talking about two, two different namespace changes for no particular reason, right? I do understand the reasoning about being consistent, right? But I think that we can be consistent and be smart at the same time, right? So instead of just blindly renaming everything when it moves, at least have some discussion on what we want to move things forward, right? And if we know that things like REST client is going to get merged to Jakarta REST, if JOT is going to merge in security, maybe OpenAPI can also be merged to Jakarta REST. I don't know. Those discussions have to happen, right? Then you do like a single namespace change, put everything in the right specs, right? Then you do it like in a single go, right? Because having to go through that two times, I think that's just. I mean, it's just. I don't think it's like. Is it a good idea, really?
Yeah, so
Yeah, yeah.
this is yeah, one option. The other option is I do suggest I think the first part is we can move as it is, and then afterwards we revisit. So which micro profile for the especially for the ones deprecated, we don't need to touch them. So this will stay. And for the other specs, maybe they need to update it, or they might merge into the different specs. So this is if for the specs we will continue to evolve. I think there was a suggestion. I can't remember whether who brought it up. Maybe for the manual release, we keep the namespace. Once is which might be David. Wait for the major change, and then when there's a major change, and change the namespace.
Yeah, that was a Pyara suggestion, which I thought was pragmatic.
Problematic.
Pragmatic.
Pragmatic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think what we need to do, following the process that was used for the Java X to Jakarta namespace move. And we need to create a MicroProfile edition that is based on the Jakarta E11 dependencies. So when we move it, that when it is moved into the Jakarta working group space and got a new release with the Jakarta namespace, then only these namespace changes are done in a single release, and it must be integratable with Jakarta E11, which means we need to create a major release, I think, because of the CDI dependencies in some of the component specifications are really outdated. For example, in config, to be able to prepare Jakarta E12 release, where at least config need to be moved from the target Jakarta micro empty space profile to the Jakarta core profile, because that is a requirement that is needed for Jakarta E12 for Jakarta NoSQL, for the configuration of the NoSQL spec that will be added in 12 as planned.
I don't think I disagree. You said will be added. I don't think that was a vote or there was a decision.
Hey, Jan, you've mentioned this many, 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 many times, and we spent an entire year having this discussion, and then we had a vote on it, and the vote was that we don't change the versions unless there is a technical need for a newer feature. And the second factor is that the POM dependencies are all marked provided, so they are not getting used at all. And I understand that you don't see provided the same way Maven sees provided, but there is no technical requirement to change the versions mentioned in the POM because Maven doesn't transitively pull those in at all. You have to explicitly declare the ones that you want.
Yeah, maybe we need to go another round on that, but maybe not now.
I don't think I don't think I have it in me to go another round on that. The Maven scope provided means that Maven does not transitively pull in any of those dependencies. So from a Maven build perspective, there is no need to update the POMs to reference newer versions because Maven will ignore it either way.
Yeah, but having a consistent dependency tree makes sense.
I don't believe consistently shipping out major versions where there's only a POM change and the POM change is ignored by Maven is a good use of major versions. And we have discussed this all many times, right? So at a certain point, you need to stop bringing it up. Because it's sort of disrespectful. If we go through all the effort to discuss it, we come to a vote, we have a vote, the vote's done, and then we're still talking like we didn't discuss it and have the vote.
We need to, of course we can vote in MicroProfile, and
we have already voted. We had that vote like in 23.
Yeah, but if you allow to use a very outdated CDI version, that's 3 dot something that is supported from Jakarta E9, then you need to test it, and also you need to maintain it in the sense with these requirements we have in the EU, that Cyber Resilience Act. Yeah, you need to maintain it and make sure that it still works and is safe.
Right, but that's a burden for the implementation. to make sure that the version that they choose is maintained. But the specifications don't have that burden because they're just thoughts. They don't dictate the specific version that the vendor uses. They could base their microprofile implementation on 11 or 10. It's up to them.
Yeah, but when that version is not supported, then it's also responsible of the spec. If the spec says clear, oh, we don't support that anymore, then that is a clear statement in regarding to the CRA. And if you say, oh no, you can do it, combine it with something that might be unsafe or is out of maintenance, then you create an issue.
Right, but out of maintenance is determined by the vendor what they choose to maintain. So if they put technology in their server and shipped it to a customer, but told the customer they don't maintain the server they ship, that's a legal problem that they create for themselves. It doesn't create a legal problem for us.
Yeah, but we should prevent that happen.
No, we don't need to do that.
If you want to use an old version, you can still use and that's another point we need to think about.
The specifications
that we
simply
need to
say
have a maintenance release that can be maintained for those that don't want to migrate away from the microprofile version they're currently using. So there must be a release that can generate patch releases in the old namespace if necessary, if a security issue needs to be fixed, for example.
that's a separate concern, but
yeah.
I think we need to be clear who our consumers are. So it's with just the specification APIs, customer can't do much. So they, as David said, you have to rely on implementation. If implementation has any issues with the spec, surely they will raise the issue with us, and then we will address accordingly. Okay, I think John, do you want have any further topics? And I think is for this one, I think is have to think about it and discuss. I will revisit all the straw polls and etc. and then work out the next step. We'll discuss again.
Yeah, so I just pasted, yeah, I mean, in terms of, sorry, what we've talked about so far, I just added a link to the vote thread. I'll be honest, on this last conversation, I kind of was doing some research on the vote thread. So, these are, I think these are the only topics I had. Was there anything else I mentioned? I think that was it.
The steering committee call. I know you mentioned briefly.
Yeah, I mentioned
before
that the
call.
9th is the target, and I think we said that was okay.
Oh, yeah.
We need to send an email on that one, John. We need to send an email today or tomorrow stating to the to the working group.
Yeah.
That the call will happen on the 9th.
Yeah, I'll do that.
My recommendation is I just deleted from the 15th onward, I deleted all the events. And my recommendation is to start with MicroProfile community and all the events for 1 year, all new, because we need to do new everything, new minutes and everything. So if we can have that created also this week, like that, when we get back, we have access to immediately, be in the call, have new minutes, and just don't forget, if we procrastinate, we will not be ready. Because
I could do that for the technical and microprofile calls.
Great.
Okay, thank you. So looks, I'm looking at the calendar. So looks like the next call, the December is the 9th, and then we'll reconvene on the 6th, right? 6th of January.
5th is a Monday.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking about live hangout or technical call.
Oh, correct.
5th is a marketing call, right? Marketing call.
Correct. So those need to be created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So looks like the next call will be talking about the financial plan and etc. And then before the new year, we're getting all the document ready. With this being said, I think we will spend from in the new year, we reconvene and use the time to think about how to deal with this merge and what options do we have, and then we will see how best to handle this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I will tally up all the all the conversations and to see whether we can come up with any different options and go from there.
Okay. Are there any other topics?
Oh, by the way, Amelia, thank you for. Oh, okay. So, oh, that's fine. So you canceled all the calls. Did you block with the MP calendars thing, or just canceled?
Yes,
MP holiday.
I added the MP holiday as I usually do, but I have not deleted. I don't have access to Zoom, right? Only you and John have access to Zoom. So that also needs to be modified.
The
Right?
Nah,
Google,
we don't do anything in Zoom.
yeah,
It's
the
not.
Google,
It's fine.
the Google Calendar is where you would make those updates.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I have done that.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, great.
So remember to create those things this week, because if you do not, we will forget. I have done
Yes, we will.
Yes. And
Notice
then
the gray
who wants
hair.
to send a message to the community? I mean, mail needs to be sent to the community stating the vacation, because we always do it. Who wants to own that?
No, I'll wait. Sorry. I think I'll send out in the same email the steering committee meeting, and then after that is the break. I can do that on one email.
That's perfect. But that one is to the community, right? Want to go to the working group?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. You know.
Yeah,
Thank you
okay.
so much, everyone. I missed you. So fun. We did it today.
Ooh.
It was productive.
Thanks,
Yeah.
everyone.
Got new swags.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks,
All right, thanks.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.